Unit 4, Lesson 9 deals with graphing a line when you're given slope and a point. Our objective for today is to learn how to use slope to find additional points that are not given in the problem, and we want to be able to create a line given an ordered pair and slope. Alright, we've been talking about slope quite a bit in class. We understand that slope represents the steepness of a line, alright, and we like to talk about it as rise over run. Alright, we learned how to calculate it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The steps that we're going to be doing for plotting a point, we're going to kind of read these steps and do them at the same time. So let's go ahead and skip down to example 1. Example 1 says use the point and the slope to find new points and create a line. Okay, so first of all, we're given the point 3, 4, and step 1 tells me to plot that point. So I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now it says from the point, count your slope to create a new point. Okay, now remember, what we're doing here is slope is rise over run. So positive 3 tells me to go up 1, 2, 3, and then go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm off the graph. 4 would be about right there. Okay, now something else you could do, alright, is you could do the opposite of this. Okay, the opposite would be to go, instead of up 3, would be to go down 1, 2, 3, and instead of to the right, we could go to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that that point 2 falls in that same line. Down 1, 2, 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so notice again, let me go back to my steps because I kind of lost those steps here. First one was plot the point. There's the point 3, 4. Alright, then it said to from the point count your slope, create a new point. So that's what I did. Now let's go ahead and label that new point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the point 7, 7. Alright, then it tells me to do step 2 and 3 over again so that I have 3 points or more. Alright, so I did that a few times. Alright, now let's go ahead and draw in our line. Step 5, notice it says you should be using an ID to do this. We want to make sure our line continues all the way through our graph. Alright, and we created a line using point and slope. Alright, let's take a look at B now. Alright, once again we're going to start by plotting the point, which is 0, negative 3. So 1, 2, 3, there's 0, negative 3. My slope is negative 1, which tells me to go down, and 3, which tells me to go to the right. So I go down 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3. Down 1, right 1, 2, 3. Down 1, to the right 1, 2, 3. Alright, now let me go ahead and label these points. This is 0 and negative 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 and negative 4. And so on. We don't have to label all of them, but it's good to label your points, get practice that way. Now again, I could do the opposite. So the opposite, let me do this in a different color, of going down would be up, and the opposite of right would be to the left. So if I want to create even more points, I could go up 1 and to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, it should only be 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and you notice that the black points and the red points are all in the same line. Alright, so when I go to create my graph, I'm connecting those points right there. And there is my line. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Example C. Once again, we're going to plot the point, which is negative 2, negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, I have a slope of 3. Remember, we want to deal with fractions, so I'm going to make this a fraction by putting a 1 under it. So this tells me to go up. And remember, we always go to the right unless we are intentionally going backwards. Alright, so we should always be counting to the right when dealing with slope. 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. 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 That's how slope works. Alright, remember if I want to do the opposite, I could go down and to the left. So down 1, 2, 3, and backwards 1. And then I'm off my graph. So let me go ahead and connect these dots and be done with this graph. The more dots you put on there, the more accurate your line is going to be. If you only use 2 dots when you graph, alright, your line will eventually, or most likely, be not accurate along the whole way. So we want to try to add as many points as we can get. Alright, and then the last one, D, we have one of our special cases here. We have 0 slope. It's not going to change the way we do this. We go 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 as a fraction, we could put a 1 under it, so that would tell me no up or down, and right, we're going 1. Alright, so we don't go up and down, we just go to the right one, go to the right one, go to the right one, go to the right one. Or if I want to go backwards, I can go to the left one, to the left one, to the left one. Alright, and then draw my line in, and I created my line. Okay, so again, finding new points is easy. I know we didn't do it on the last 2, but I think you get the idea. Alright, once you do your slope from the point you're given, you've created a new point that you could label as needed. Alright, there's some sprints at the bottom. Please save those for class. We'll see you tomorrow.